We are back online with Donti Twine, who will be joining us for his next presentation. Let's bring Donti on. Hey, how are we doing?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Looking forward to your talk. Let's bring your deck up. Looks like interesting topic with supercharging your revenue teams. I will duck out. I'll let you take over.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate everybody for joining today. My name is Dante Twine, and we're going to review some of the things that I've noticed and how to drive and supercharge your revenue in sales, right? So, the top 5 things that will really supercharge your business and help you to offer more out to your customer base. So, a little background about myself. I'm a sales director over here at Kaseya. I work with the sales specialist team, so very senior tenured reps that you kind of control the sales cycle and move things along. And an interesting fact about me and my family is we have a dog named Ziggy who I was just talking about. He ran out the door this morning and had me running down the way a little bit to catch him. But he's named after Zig Ziglar, one of my favorite people that I've ever known. I haven't been in sales all my life. My background is actually engineering. And so I think I come in with a little bit different aspect of how to understand sales and how to make the numbers game not really a true numbers game, but how to make it useful to drive business forward, right? So the origin of this is the sales strategies that people use today as well as what they've used yesterday, they've kind of stayed the same. They haven't really moved or changed, and they're still trying to go through this very old model of sales, right? When so much information is out there on the internet and so much of the details are there, they aren't transforming their business to move along with the day-to-day environment with the sales team. So the go-to-market teams aren't staying ahead of the curve between product marketing, customer marketing. The sales team ends up being micromanaged, and they're then now trying to justify what they're doing, why they're doing it, trying to make everything seem all rosy. Hey, I feel like this deal is going to come in, and in the way I look at it, you don't get paid to fill, you get paid to close. So stop the filling and let's figure out how to measure this a little bit better so that I don't have to micromanage a team of reps, right? And then I also have noticed, and this even happened when I first started at my current company, is a lot of reps and a lot of people are spending tons of time pursuing bad fit customers or prospects that lack the sales readiness, right? Either your product isn't ready to go up market for that customer base, or the customers that you're talking to just aren't ready to adopt the type of technology or offering that you have. So once I noticed that, the first things that I wanted to really understand and help you understand is why a data-driven sales model helps you increase revenue, and then how to leverage that data to maximize your team's productivity without micromanaging them, right? And so when you do this, the idea is that now the entire sales organization becomes very data driven. It's no more of that touchy feely type environment. And maybe this is the engineer side of me that comes out. I just like things pretty black and white, where I know where we can make a change, make an adjustment, and then improve sales and have everybody moving in a better format. So in recent years, sales data and technology continues to evolve the way teams think and feel. So no more is this intuition type of format. You can use this data to make business decisions, drive your competitor activity, adjust to the market as it adjusts to you. And then you can enable your sales motion based off of customer preferences, and then be able to build company-wide campaigns that actually drive significant revenue back to the business. So in practice, there's 5 things that to me really help you to execute on the strategy, right? And the first thing is how do you utilize data to align goals of the organization, right? So sales teams that you utilize a data-driven approach are better aligned on the goals of the organization and the responsibility to communicate and execute on the company objectives. Set those business objectives. They identify what metrics they need. Investors need a certain amount of revenue from me in a certain amount of time. This may mean that I need to reduce my sales cycle and go for lower opportunities, right? So my metrics may be, hey, our standard average selling price is going to be, 50K. And based off of that 50K, what is the segment of customers that we can go after? And then how do we measure the performance of going after that customer base, right? And then we communicate this out to the team to where it's a day-to-day measurement to see where things are working and then where we need to adjust, right? The second point is understand the data to create a distinct and repeatable sales process. So once you start understanding the data and how you need to measure it to align to the goals of the organization, then the next step is going to be, well, how can I use this to create my own sales process? And you can still leverage some of the methodologies out there like Medic or Band or Sandler, or whatever you want to spend selling, whatever you want to use. But you can tailor your sales process based off of your actual sales cycle time. So for longer deals, you may use a different process. For shorter deals, maybe you're doing the qualification, discovery, and a demonstration all in the first meeting. It just really depends on the product, the ASP, and how quickly you need to bring in that revenue or disqualify deals. The third point, and probably the most important, is it helps you to get clarity on who you're approaching, why you're approaching that market, and then make decisions that enable your reps to be better and take actions based off the gaps. So a good example of this is, hey, in order to hit our revenue goals, we need to have at least 2 opportunities open a day per rep. And when we have 2 opportunities a day available per rep, we need at least a 35% conversion rate on those opportunities with an average sales cycle of 20 days. Right now, if anything falls out of that, if the op creation is low, then maybe there's a problem with the messaging or with marketing or with the way that you're communicating out to the customer base. If you're getting a lot of initial opportunities that aren't going to demo, or maybe they get to demo, right, and they fall apart, then there's a gap there that needs to be fixed. Why aren't we moving past the demo? Is it a qualification issue? Is it we're selling too much on futures? Or do we need to coach the sales reps better on the communication path out to the customer base so that they can move better, and we can now highlight those key behaviors that's going to drive their sales performance, right? And you want to do this as a team. So you look at the team, you look at that feedback, and one of the areas you can say is, hey, on our one-on-one, hey, I see that you're moving things through the sales process. However, I'm seeing that once we get to a demo or PLC, the next step of movement to proposal falls off. So what's going on? How are we setting up the upfront contract? How are we moving that through the sales cycle? And then we coach them on that piece, and we make an adjustment, and then we measure, right? And so now what happens is this repeatable process and having that clarification allows you to look at things like conversion rate, sales cycle, and average deal cycles. But you're looking at it on a daily basis. It's no more of just this, oh, just get as much pipeline as you can. And, we typically will close about 10 to 15%. No more of that. You're having actual time spent instead of people trying to justify their numbers and taking chunks out of their day that they could be spending on sales activity that actually is going to align better with your growth and help you to do more with your team, right? And then number 4 is, as you build this process, the market's going to change, right? And this allows you to evolve your process. So maybe it's when you first start off, hey, we need 15, marketing needs to produce 15 leads per rep per month. And our ASP is, this. Well, maybe we made some adjustments on the average selling price. We reduced it in order to drive more op creation. And so now maybe we need to adjust marketing's number of what we expect from them, and we need to improve our conversion rate at the same time. But how do we evolve that process? How do we work cross functionally based off the data that we see to approach the right prospects at the right time? Which leads me to my fifth comment: is focus on the right prospects. A lot of times people are going after big logos, big name brands, and it's because they want to have it there. But those sales cycles don't meet with what the business needs and doesn't align to the business revenue goals. So you really want to focus on addressing the right market at the right time to achieve your goals, right? So it may be that your product really fits better in an SMB or MME market. Well, your reps are over here trying to sell to enterprises and eating up a lot of resources and times where, hey, that one logo for $100,000, you could have got 10 logos at $10,000 each that will bring more value because you can add more upsell and potential cross-sell opportunities that will enable the business to continue to grow organically versus going after that one big deal. So always figure out where you are, incorporate that into the buyer's journey, and then target the right prospects and use whatever other kind of marketing areas that you have from there. So one of the key ways that I've always learned from the engineering side is you can't manage what you can't measure, right? So by managing to the data without micromanagement, sales leaders maintain control of the team without slowing down growth. They don't chase products that don't match their target profile. They improve their conversion rates. And most importantly, they increase their sales reps' job satisfaction because they're making money. And they understand this is how I'm important to the business, and this is how I help the business move forward. And this is how I can be coached whenever I'm missing my goal. And when I get that coaching, I can quickly make an adjustment and continue to move forward. So I'm opening up for Q&A if anybody has any questions for me.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Dante. Look, you're speaking my language here, right? Being able to put these metrics in place is like it's how could you not, right? But so many times we think that sales is more art than science, right? And sure, there may be some credence to that, but if you can't measure it, how are you improving it? I'm curious, like how you've seen that evolve over your own sales career, because I'm sure you've been in groups or started off with companies that have been kind of willy-nilly. How has this stuff really made impacts to what you guys do day to day?
Yeah, so quarter over quarter, we're able to generate additional 20 to 30% growth, and this is EBITDA growth, not just top line revenue growth. So we're growing revenue, but we're also growing margin because we're going after the right customers, right? It also helps us align really good with the marketing and customer marketing teams because we're getting immediate feedback through the sales cycle. Listening will change our messaging based off of what competitors doing to make us stand out separately. And from my team's perspective, I don't have to coach them based off how they feel, right? Well, I feel good about this deal. It's no feel. What stage are we at? How long have we been at that stage? What are we doing next, right? So it keeps it very black and white. It takes all the feelings out. And now we're just talking to data, and people can't argue with numbers. That's the sweet part about it. They can't argue with the numbers, right? And so it's always, how do we improve the numbers? Are we tracking enough data? What other data do we track? It all becomes how much information can we have and how many ways can we slice and dice it to really be successful at what we do. And then what's our next goal? Well, company needs to do this. Well, let's align the goals. Well, the sales reps, well, how do we get there? Well, we're going to take it down. Here are the metrics, and then we check it daily.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a gut check. Are you on path or you're not? Here's your target. Here's your income target. Based off of your income target and what you need to do for the company, are you in alignment? And if you're not, let's fix it. But it allows you to make that step at each stage of the sales process, quick correction, look for gaps, coach better, get out the way, and let the reps do their business. And now they're not spending all their time trying to justify, well, yeah, but this is a good deal because the customer said this. Hey, that doesn't matter, right? You don't get paid to feel, right? You get paid to deliver.
For sure. Donti, this was awesome. Love the talk. If anyone wants to go back and listen, you can always jump into the recordings afterwards and take a look at his slides. Thanks again. Loved having you on the Hot Takes Live today, and hope we can connect again soon.
All right. Thank you very much. Everybody take care.
Thanks. And we will be back here in just a little bit. Give us another 5-minute break for us to switch over. We'll be talking to Jimmy Koo next, and looking forward to it. Thanks.